Hello ladies, it's Carol with Scrappadabba Do Crafts. As I promised, I would show a video on how to put the top hat together. I have relisted them as kits in the store so that you will get everything that you need to do a top hat. You can either order it in black or white for right now. I do have some brown that I will be cutting out and adding to it. This is a top hat that we had made at CHA, not this year's, but last year's, and it was with a company called Visiting Angels or Angel Wings is what it was called. And they had this to get funding for the program that they do with disabled vets. They have a place where they open up and provide craft supplies for vets, and they never charge them for anything, and they teach them how to do all different kinds of crafts. So we made a top hat there, and then I found that the die was going to be available through Sizzix as a special order, and so I went ahead and ordered the die. I have had it for almost a year and have never done anything with it. And so now that I've got my craft room back together, I've decided that I am going to get back into doing things. So what the kit will come with is a 9-ounce clear cup. It will come with the headband and the pieces to make the top hat. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is put score tape around the brim of your cup. And you'll just start and work around it. It's not going to be perfect. It'll bunch up, but it will work. So just go ahead and make the top of the score tape as close to the top of the cup as you can get it. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Hang on one second. Okay, that's a little bit better. So we'll just continue putting the tape around. Oh, you're also going to need to heat up your glue gun. Okay, so go ahead and pull the score tape off. And you can't see it in the picture, but this piece here, it does have a line around where you need to place your cup. If your cup is inside that line all the way around, you're going to be fine. So once you do that, you're just going to want to start lifting your flaps up and pressing it down against the score tape all the way around. And there is a video on the Sizzix website from Angel Wings that showed how to do this. Margaret Halderson came over and spent the night, and we couldn't figure out how to put it together when Margaret said, you know, they had to have done a video on it. And so we looked, and sure enough, that's where we found that they were using the plastic cup. So this is not my original idea. This is how they had made them. Okay, so once you get that on, makes a nice little bouncy thing. The next thing that you're going to want to do is, like I said, make sure that your glue gun is on. Now on this one, you're going to notice that there's a side that has a squared edge, and that is the side that you're going to want to start gluing with. Oh, and don't make the mistake that we did. There goes my Garcia. we put the first one on upside down, because how can possibly the big side be the upside? It's always the downside. Okay. So you want to just take your glue gun, and the first thing I do is just put a little bit of glue on there just to get it started. And you'll want to make sure that you line that up where it's just to the top of your glass. And hold it down for a second. And then from there, you'll just continue to add a little bit of glue. And then bring your sides around it, lining it up with the top. And then just continue that all the way around your cup. If your glue gun is hot enough, it will give you enough time to align it, and you will also have a little bit of wiggle room in case you need to reposition it. Okay, but don't stick your finger in the hot glue. Because it is hot. And then all the way around until it touches. And like I said, if your glue's hot enough, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room to adjust as you go. All right, so then you're going to want to glue down the seam and attach it. And just voila, there it goes. So the next piece that you're going to need is your oval piece. And you just want to set the hat on there so that you see that you've got the seam facing the back on one side and facing the front on the other. And if you want to, you can take a piece of paper or scratch paper, and you can just mark about where you want it to be so that you can visualize it. Make sure it's even. Look at it, make sure you like the way it looks side to side. And then just lift your cup up and put quite a bit of glue on the bottom of your cup. Okay? And then you want to make sure your seam is facing to the back, and then just place it to where it looks good side to side, front to back, and then just press it down. And I would just hold it there for a few minutes, or a minute or two, to make sure that your glue sets. And then you can pick it up. Okay, so there's your hat. I didn't get it quite from front to back, but once you start to decorate it. So this is the last piece that you'll get, and this is the piece that's made for the headband. And it has 2 slits in it for your headband to slide through. And so you want to make sure that your headband piece is to where the slits are going from front to back. And then all you need to do is just lift this and put some glue on all 4 edges, just to glue it down a little bit. You don't want to glue over your holes. And there you have it. Other than the glue gun, this would be an easy project for a young one, or you could just put them together and then give them all of the decorations to put together. However, I do use my hot glue gun to add my embellishments as well. So then, as you can see, you've got your hole, and the headband will just slide through there. Now, if your headband is a little bit loose, you could glue it down with some hot glue, but once you get it put in your hair, it should hold it. So there it is, your finished top hat. Thanks for watching and hope you have fun with yours.